TikTok might be staying around a little bit longer. It is currently midnight on January 16th, and all of 40 minutes ago, a massive announcement was put out by the Biden administration. It was published on MSNBC, and it states, it's just a title, just to get it kind of rolling for you, Biden administration looks for ways to keep TikTok available in the United States. Look, there have been rumors online, a lot from my friends, a lot of which are more involved with the White House than what really I am. And people have been saying that they were looking to see what was going to happen on Sunday, because realistically, Biden doesn't want to leave his presidency with 170 million people angry and upset with him, because under his watch, the one thing that really made a lot of people money and gave a sense of community and really brought people together was banned. And so instead of a full-on, like TikTok's not getting banned, he's kicking the can down the road. So let's go ahead and kind of talk about this article. Now, this was an exclusive MSNBC article. So everything I'm reading to you, you can actually go online and read it for yourself. I actually always suggest that you could read these things, and you should read these things, because the more information you have, the more knowledge you have, the more, informative you could be about it. And I can guarantee you that everyone, including your mom, is going to have questions about this. So in it, it says, President Joe Biden's administration is considering ways to keep TikTok available in the United States if a ban that's scheduled to go in effect Sunday proceeds. Now, they're sourcing 3 different people familiar with the discussions. They mention someone who works in the White House and then Biden administration officials. They never actually give a name, but according to my sources and my friends, this is 100% true. The Biden administration is truly doing everything possible. They're going through every legal way possible to allow TikTok to be around just a little bit longer so that things can finally work out. I think that a lot of senators and congressmen started freaking out when not only did TikTok say we're not selling and that they are planning on shutting it down completely come Sunday, but then millions of Americans turned around who were angry and not only said to senators and congressmen that, hey, we're going to make sure that you're not going to be voted in next time around, but then they downloaded a really, really bigger Chinese app in which some congressmen went, well, now we're going to have to block that one as well. And clearly, just because we're going to a different app or something like that doesn't give a reason of, oh, it has to be banned. And so right now, according to these officials in the White House, it says right here, Americans shouldn't expect to see TikTok suddenly banned on Sunday, adding that the administration are exploring options on how to implement the law so that TikTok does not go dark on Sunday. Now, I'm told that it's pretty much a done deal. They're just trying to get out the legality of it all, and we should be good to go at least for a little bit. Like, I will tell you that this is great, but it doesn't mean the ban is going away completely. That ban, depending on what Biden does, realistically, he just needs to push it 2 days so that Trump can get in office, since Trump already said that he's going to do whatever he can to keep the app around. But still, it's one of those things where Biden could push it just a few days. It could be 90 days. We don't know. And I do want to clarify something here, because the White House official that is unnamed in this did state that not enforcing the ban, if it is upheld, is not an option. And I want to quote them saying, "We're not considering deferring enforcement. We do not believe we have any authority to do that." Think of it like this. They want to go ahead and postpone this, essentially, so that there could be time to work out what's going on here, because clearly TikTok's not willing to sell. It's going to go dark, and a lot of Americans are going to be very, very angry. I think a lot of this also had to deal with the fact that I think like Meta and other companies thought that all of the US users would then leave TikTok and come to them. And I'm sure as we're inching closer and closer to Sunday, they're looking at their numbers and they're going, oh no, this is not happening. This is not working. This is not working. So let's realistically say for a second that, hey, this TikTok ban is going to be paused, even if it is for 4 days, 5 days, 90 days, whatever it is. What is Trump going to do? Because before he said that they're, willing to do some kind of deal here. And one thing you can actually look at is what Mike Waltz said. He's going to be the incoming national security advisor. He had an interview with Fox where he says Trump is ready to intervene to preserve access to the Chinese-owned video app in the American marketplace. So the question comes into, what is that? Like, What are we saying here? Is that meaning like, hey, you'll keep it and ByteDance will still own it, or we keep it and it gets sold to another company? Because I know you're probably seeing the same thing. Everyone and their mom is now saying, I would buy TikTok. I mean, we saw Mr. Beast put in his own bid, which I find interesting. Do we think that Mr. Beast has $20 billion? No, in his video, he said he talked to other investors. We don't know who those investors are. We saw the other Liberty people. We saw Kevin O'Leary. We saw a lot of people randomly come up and say, well, I would buy it. I find that interesting. Is that a good reason to sell to someone? Not really. I guess the question comes to, like, who would the United States be okay to sell to? You know, maybe the Canadians. Maybe someone from Japan. We don't know. We don't know. And if it really is, and I hate to bring this up, but it's true. If it really is such a Chinese issue, then, or actually, because they mention a lot of time, communist issue, then why are like Russian apps like VK you could still download, right? There are other Russian apps. Why aren't those getting banned? Why just the Chinese ones? We've seen Russia really get into our algorithms for different things. So why aren't they going away, right? Should be Chinese and Russian. There's a lot of questions there are definitely no answers for. And I'm sure that if you really pick the brains of these people, it probably all goes back to different lobbyists. Because Trump did try to ban this a while back during his first term. And back then, you couldn't have called for this national, oh yeah, it was a Chinese thing. There was no evidence for it then. And even right now, there's no evidence. I mean, some of those senators and congressmen talk as though China is interfering right now on social media. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen any of that. We've seen it with the Russians, though. Hands down, we've seen that with the Russians. And they do that by essentially hiring bots in different countries, using VPNs and trying to get in people's algorithms and kind of downplay votes, or actually go to TikTok posts and essentially say it's AI, or you're trying to sell something illegal or something bad like that. I've seen that happen to my account all the time. Actually, just I think 2 days ago, I got hit with an AI. And literally it said that my video was AI generated, and then they removed it. And I went, what? And it was just me talking to the camera like this. And it was a video talking about Russia striking Ukraine. That's what the Russian bots do. And it's interesting to me because that's clearly a problem. And Russia can mess around with things. You look at Rybar on X, something that the FBI right now has, I think they have a $10 million bounty to try to get that group taken down. Anyway, I know I'm off track. That being said, there's going to be a lot of information coming out today. I mean, it's now past midnight. First thing in the morning, we're going to start getting all this, this is happening, that's happening. We have to wait until the Biden administration comes out and actually presents what they're doing. We know they're going to try to save it. We don't know for how long. We don't know the legal side of everything. There's a lot of information. It's going to be coming in fast. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated along the way. Obviously, I'll be updating you guys with irregular videos on TikTok, which I'm smiling, but knowing that we don't know what's still going to happen in the future. But I'm just really happy to know that it's sticking around just a little bit longer. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on TikTok at Joey Contino, #2, here on YouTube at Joey Contino News, and then in Shorts. I uploaded my TikTok. Literally, as soon as the announcement came, I started getting text messages left and right. Joey, open up, read the news. Some people already knew in advance. I was like, oh, man. Anyway, that being said, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Anyway, my cat's screaming at the door, so I gotta let him in. I'll see you guys later. Bye.